On a chilly evening in November 2011, the tranquil town of Ellensburg, Washington, was shattered by the brutal murder of a young woman whose dreams seemed limitless. The victim, 21-year-old Jennifer "Jenna" Schaefer, was a vibrant college student known for her ambition, creativity, and warmth. Her life was cut tragically short, leaving her family, friends, and community grappling with grief and confusion. This is the story of her life, the events leading to her murder, and the investigation that would unfold in the wake of her death. Jennifer Schaefer, known affectionately as Jenna, was born in 1990 in the picturesque town of Ellensburg. From a young age, she exhibited a passion for life, showing exceptional talent in the arts and academics. Friends and family described her as a free spirit with a contagious smile and an unwavering desire to make a difference in the world. After graduating high school, Jenna enrolled at Central Washington University, where she pursued a degree in fine arts. Her professors praised her creativity, and her peers admired her for her artistic vision. Jenna was a budding talent, dreaming of a future filled with opportunities and adventures. In her spare time, Jenna volunteered at local community organizations, tutoring children, and organizing art workshops. She had plans to travel abroad to inspire others through her art, hoping to create pieces that would encourage people to pursue their dreams. On November 7, 2011, Jenna attended a friend's birthday party at a local bar. The atmosphere was festive, filled with laughter and music as they celebrated the occasion. Jenna, full of energy, mingled with friends, sharing stories and dreams about the future. She had plans to showcase her art in a local gallery and had been working tirelessly to make those dreams a reality. As the night wore on, Jenna left the party, intending to return home. It was a cold night, and she decided to walk rather than drive. Unbeknownst to her, this decision would lead to her tragic fate. Jenna was last seen around 1 o'clock, walking toward her apartment. She was just a few blocks away when she encountered a stranger in the dark, a man whose intentions would forever alter the lives of those who loved her. The following morning, Jenna failed to show up for her classes. Friends began to worry, and by midday, her absence was alarming. They tried calling her phone, but there was no answer. Concern grew as the hours passed without any word from her. By evening, her friends reported her missing to the police. Law enforcement quickly mobilized, launching a search for Jenna. They canvassed her last known locations and interviewed friends, family, and acquaintances. However, as the hours turned into days, hope began to fade. 3 days later, on November 10, 2011, a group of hikers discovered Jenna's body in a secluded area near the Yakima River, just outside Ellensburg. The news sent shockwaves through the community. It was a heartbreaking confirmation of their worst fears. Detectives arrived at the scene, working meticulously to gather evidence. Jenna's body showed signs of a violent struggle, leading investigators to believe that her death was a homicide. They quickly began piecing together the timeline leading up to her disappearance and found that she had last been seen leaving the bar. The local police department reached out to the community, urging anyone with information to come forward. Flyers were distributed, and a reward was offered for information leading to Jenna's killer. The small town was left reeling, grappling with the reality of such a brutal crime. Jenna's murder sent waves of grief through Ellensburg. Vigils were held in her memory, where friends and family gathered to celebrate her life and share stories about the impact she had on those around her. The community came together, united in their sorrow and their desire for justice. At her funeral, held at a local church, hundreds of mourners filled the pews, sharing tears and laughter as they remembered Jenna's spirit. She was honored for her artistic talents and her contributions to the community. The outpouring of love and support underscored the void her death had created. As detectives sifted through evidence, they encountered various leads but struggled to identify a suspect. Surveillance footage from the bar revealed Jenna leaving alone, but no clear sightings of her after that point emerged. The case became increasingly complex as investigators combed through Jenna's relationships and activities. Detectives spoke with her friends, family, and acquaintances, trying to uncover any potential motives or enemies. They also reached out to local sex offenders, as the nature of the crime raised concerns about a possible stranger attack. Days turned into weeks, and the investigation seemed to stall. The community's anxiety grew as residents felt the weight of uncertainty. Who could commit such a horrific act in their quiet town? After weeks of exhaustive investigation, a significant breakthrough occurred. Detectives received a tip from a woman who reported seeing a man behaving suspiciously around the time of Jenna's disappearance. She described him as having dark hair and wearing a black hoodie. This lead prompted detectives to delve into local criminal records. Their investigation led them to a man named Stephen Johnson, a 26-year-old with a troubled past that included minor drug offenses and a history of violence. Stephen was known to frequent the same bar where Jenna was last seen, raising alarm bells for detectives. Police quickly tracked down Stephen Johnson and brought him in for questioning. Initially, he denied any involvement in Jenna's murder, claiming he had been at home on the night of her disappearance. However, detectives were prepared, having gathered evidence linking him to the scene. In a dramatic turn of events, Stephen's demeanor changed during the interrogation. Under pressure, he began to crack, providing inconsistent alibis and evasive answers. Eventually, he confessed to being present on the night of the murder, claiming he had approached Jenna to flirt with her. The situation escalated, and he admitted to a violent confrontation that led to her death. The case against Stephen Johnson moved quickly through the legal system. As the trial date approached, the community braced itself for the courtroom drama that would unfold. Jenna's family and friends attended every hearing, seeking justice for the girl they had lost. During the trial, prosecutors laid out the evidence against Johnson, painting a picture of a young woman who had been targeted for no reason other than her kindness and vulnerability. The defense attempted to paint Johnson as a troubled man who acted out of desperation, but the evidence was damning. Witnesses described the impact of Jenna's murder on the community, emphasizing her kindness and artistic spirit. They spoke of her dreams and ambitions, further humanizing her and showing the loss that resonated far beyond her immediate circle. After several weeks of testimony, the jury deliberated for only a few days before reaching a verdict. Stephen Johnson was found guilty of second-degree murder. The courtroom erupted in emotions relief, sadness, and the lingering pain of loss filled the air. In a subsequent sentencing hearing, Jenna's family delivered powerful statements about the impact of her murder on their lives. They spoke of the dreams Jenna had and how her absence would forever leave a void in their hearts. The judge sentenced Johnson to 25 years to life in prison, sending a clear message that such violence would not be tolerated. In the wake of the trial, the community of Ellensburg began to heal, though the scars of Jenna's murder remained. In her memory, friends and family established a scholarship fund to support aspiring artists, ensuring that Jenna's passion for creativity would live on. Art shows and community events began to celebrate Jenna's life, encouraging young artists to pursue their dreams just as she had. The scholarship provided financial support for students at Central Washington University, helping to fund their education in the arts. The tragic story of Jenna Schaefer serves as a reminder of the fragility of life and the profound impact one person can have on a community. Her murder highlighted the need for awareness surrounding violence against women and the importance of community safety. As years passed, Jenna's legacy continued to inspire others. The annual art show, dedicated to her memory, became a cherished event in Ellensburg, drawing participants and visitors from across the region. Artists displayed their work, showcasing creativity and passion, just as Jenna would have wanted.